Okay, today, guys and gals, we've got a bit of reggae dancing. And a bit of cooking bloke. Cooking bloke. It's so good. Now, it's an absolute bumper year for St George's mushrooms, and when I find them, I've just got to pick them, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with all these mushrooms? Can't eat all these mushrooms, I'll get sick to the teeth of mushrooms. So I decided to learn how to preserve them. So I've been watching a few videos how to preserve them, and I thought, that's cool. I eat mushrooms 2-3 times a week. I'll eat them in omelette, I'll eat them in curries, I'll eat them in stews. Anytime I'm making an Italian meal, mushrooms go in everything. And so now I know that these are pretty indistinguishable from the regular supermarket mushrooms. Then I don't need to buy any mushrooms again. There's always going to be something in season which I'm going to be able to pickle or saute and freeze. So what I'm going to do is today, these are these fairy ring mushrooms that I picked the other day, and these are some that have been in the fridge. These are a bit more dry. I'm going to eat those in something over this next few days, but I've still got my food, what I made from the mushrooms and shrimps, in the fridge. I'm going to finish that off today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to saute some of these, and I'm going to pickle some. And so over here I've got saucepans, and I've got vinegar here. Now what I do with anytime I have any pickled foods like gherkins and onions and, you know, chilies or things like that, I will save the vinegar, and I'll just transfer it in here, because of course it's got all herbs in already. Now when I made my pickled walnuts, I chopped ginger and garlic and put black pepper cloves in, and a little bit of something else, can't remember, but they're spicy. I don't want the mushrooms to be spicy like that, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to put some salt in and peppercorns, and so I'm going to pour the vinegar in and boil it up. Let me put it on this front one here. Now, I think I made this mistake last time. Now what I'm going to do is, right, so I don't make this mistake again, I've got these chosen pickling jars. These are original pickling jars, so they have a sealed lid already. And so I think the thing is to do then is to measure them out, so I don't have an excessive amount of boiled vinegar. But then if I do that, the only way I'm going to be able to quantify that is if I put the mushrooms in to get that level of volume, and I can't do that, so I won't. Okay, so look, vinegar is boiling up now, and so I'm going to chop these. Now I'm gonna pickle some of these, but most of them I'm gonna saute in butter and then freeze. And so for the pickle, I think I'm gonna take the most pleasant looking mushrooms, because when you slice them, they're nice shapes, then probably look more aesthetically pleasing. Keep me very proud. don't know exactly how many's going to go in these jars, but I'm going to, okay. And so I think, just to keep them about that size, piece of grass, where do you come from? You got through the filter system. In actual fact, you see these mushrooms, you see why I'm not particularly keen on them, is because they're all falling to pieces. And they're not that pleasing to cook. Because of that, they don't maintain their integrity. So there we have those. Let's go over here then, see how we're getting on. Now I'm not going to go crazy on the amount of mushrooms I'm pickling, simply because I don't know whether I'm going to like them. So, some peppercorns. In actual fact, I mean, I don't mind, but I'm always including, you know, peppercorns in my meal, so we're going to have plenty of pepper. And salt. I'm not going to get too carried away with that. Give them a bit of a stir. And now, then, I have a big lump of butter, and so I'm going to cut that amount of butter and bang that in there, bang that in there. Then I'm going to put those lights on, and then just cut some of these down. Used to taste the moonshine, teardrops in my eye. To the blaze. So this method of sauteing, we need some freezer bags, and so I've got some perfect Zippo bags. Now already we're at quite a number. You know, if anyone wanted to make a business of these wild foods, I suppose in the old days, you know, when I used to live in Bulgaria, in this small village, everybody was self-sufficient with their food. Because these villages stemmed from the communist days, where everybody, you know, was pretty self-sufficient and there weren't supermarkets or anything like that, you know, the rural countries. And so you'd have some people keeping bees and producing honey, you'd have everyone keeping chickens and eggs and goats and sheep and you know, cattle. And I bought a farmhouse, like a plantation with a grapevine, and it had all different sorts of trees: almonds, walnuts, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts. It had plums, apples, pears, cherries, everything in this wonderful, you know, couple-acre orchard. And so I was completely self-sufficient with my foodstuffs. And I used to trade with my neighbour who grew tomatoes and garlic and all those sorts of things like that. And then he used to tend my grapevine and produce the wine. Now I'm going to take these off because I don't want some cooking more than others. I've got to get these ready. Got to get these and so, I mean, you know, what happens is when you start, you know, pickling and preserving your own foods, then you need a very large pantry, and you need to buy another chest freezer, because very quickly you get an inundation. Now, when I bought old farmhouses in Bulgaria, there were always rooms which were chock-a-block filled with jars, because they pickled everything. You're going to turn them down to 3. Bit of juggling to do. Yeah, you know, they'd boil down and preserve, well, pickle the walnuts and all the nuts, and boil down and preserve the pears, the apricots, apples, and all that sort of stuff. And so they had these foodstuffs all year round. Now then, okay, so that's going good. Let me just put that back over there. I don't know whether I'm going to need a bit more butter. I think probably I will. So I'm going to put not more butter. I'm going to put it down on the bottom. Okay, yeah. They are working out just fine. Now this one seems to be getting along a little better than that one. I think what I'm going to do is, you know, I'm just going to bang them all into one pan. Now this one's a bigger one, and I can stir it easier. Turn off that heat, bring them over there. Now we've got a lot of mushrooms there. So this here, that has got to boil for 15 minutes, and you know, maybe simmer. I'll put a lid on that. And then apparently you colander off the water, and then you leave it to dry, well, to drain really, in a baking tray. So I'll drain them into this, and they're ready. So I've been doing a bit of research into the morel, and they're a pretty elusive mushroom, and apparently they are manoeuvring around from where they used to grow, and they're now being found in more rural, no, not rural, urban in gardens and on communal gardens where the council put down wood chip to keep the weeds down and everything. They like growing in wood chip, and so apparently more and more they are exiting from growing in the woods, so somebody said. And they're being found more in the urban regions, and so I'm thinking, where do I know, you know, sort of like an industrial estate with wood chip and that. Okay, I've got a few places in mind, so I'm going to go checking out a few places for them. I've never found one in several years of foraging, never found anywhere else. Okay, where are we? Well, I don't want to get too busy. Now then, let me just find that one down. Now, I mean, they're almost done because, you know, sauteing them isn't actual cooking, it's just, you know, sauteing them, turning them over, partial cooking. Now there's lots of other ways that you can preserve mushrooms, and there's videos that you can watch in relation to that, and I'm thinking, well, you know, I don't want to buy a humidifier, dehumidifier, and, you know, dry them all out and all this. I thought, well, you know, for what I want, I'll freeze what I need, and I'll pickle them. You may find it ironic, all these Jesus songs I listen to. But the fact is, you can't really listen to too much bluegrass without Jesus poking his mush into the sea. Look at that. Look at that. Jesus with you, true companion. You gotta laugh at being a human being, I'm telling you. Well, it's going to be hot in here, so let me open that. I think we're about ready to go then. Yeah, we're ready to go. I'm happy with that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I want to preserve this butter mushroom water. Because at the end of the day, all the water in there has come out of the mushrooms, so it's got to taste like mushrooms, right? And so I'm going to see. Right. Ouch! Now apparently, something that you can do is to, it's called flash freezing them, and you place them onto a baking tray, you put them in the chest freezer until they are not entirely frozen, but until they've gone, you know, solid, and then you rebag them. And that, of course, that keeps them then separate, so you can break them apart from a bag if you don't want to use all of them. And I think it does something else as well. I forgot what else it does. Right, I think that juice is going to taste mighty fine, and I'll use that in a stew or in a soup. Right, how are we doing? We're doing fine, aren't we? So I'm going to put them in there. Right, ta! And then, where's the wooden spoon? I'm going to spread them all out, allow them to cool to get all the moisture, steam off of them, and then I'm going to place this baking tray in my chest freezer. And then we're about ready to go. So that's them. Pull those aside. Now, got these, and I think I'm going to do the same process with these. So got my saucepan. Butter. Now these are quite a prize, these are, and they're so prolific that I'm going to be gathering up a right good bunch of these. Now, one of the things about these mushrooms is that they have a white spore for identification purposes, and so, you know, I've done the spore check, so I know what I'm dealing with, and there's only one mushroom that you need to be worried about, and that was the Clitocybe false funnel, and that has a decurrent gill, which is very obvious, and you can't make the mistake. And of course, they wouldn't have this stiffness with the stipe and lots of other characteristics. But that's a very, very simple giveaway. Right. I think actually that's been about 15 minutes, hasn't it? It's going to turn that off. Yeah, and just let that die down and do its thing. Over here, come here. Right, in a minute I'll taste one of those and see what all the fuss is about. And so it's nice doing, you know, this sort of old farmy, oldie worldy, you know, cooking your own stuff out in nature and getting involved, you know. So okay, look, let's try one, shall we? They're good. Yeah. Happy with them. I'll be banging them in a soup or something real soon. And so, well, the next step is to put them in one of these. Yeah. So just going to let the excess steam come out of them. They're ready to go, so I'm going to get the jars ready. And these They taste like a regular supermarket mushroom. And so I'll be baking them in an omelette in a couple of days. Right then, gummy jars. Vinegar there was a top up just in case. So let's get our stall set up. Oh shit! Let's get a stall set up down here, right? Well, I think first and foremost then, I want to distribute, and that's fine, I'm probably only going to need like 2 jars. One jar! 1 jar! If I do that, I'm going to... Vinegar stings your eyes, the steam. Oof! Could do with some like swimming goggles or scuba diving mask. I suppose ideally you'd let the vinegar cool down, but as I've got the camera running now, I want to keep the peppercorns in the bottom there, and I don't think I'm gonna. Right, so let me just pour some of this off first here. I'm going to need to pour off. Wow, I got this wrong, didn't I? It's all trial and error, you see. Didn't need to boil all this amount up. I want all these peppercorns in here, so can you see what's going on there? Where am I? Okay, yeah. Gonna make sure we get all these peppercorns in there. So, I mean, in actual fact, I've only got half a jar. And I could have made a whole lot more. And so I don't quite know what to do now. I mean, I could just I wonder if I just put these in without, then there'll be 2 varieties of mushroom together. I think I'll try it. Where are we at? God damn it, I need the cameraman. Right, if I just put them in there, I think we'll be good. I do, I think we'll be good. Look at them though, they look great. They certainly look great. And, ow! So I'll pour some of this vinegar in there and then seal the top up. And then we're good to go. And then, now the steam's gone from these, I'll just place these into the top of a chest freezer and flash freeze them, and then I'll break them up a little bit and then put them into portion bags, and that's it then, isn't it? How simple was that? And out of all those mushrooms, I've got nothing. That's all I've got. Out of all that, well, this was full, wasn't it? But now there's a few in that pickle, but they're reduced down so greatly. So anyway, there you have it, guys. I've got to clean up this mess. I'll catch you later.